Empathy is a core social need of our brain. It's the E in safety. Empathy is about our perception of personal connection with others, our sense of being in or out of a social group and of having something in common with those around us. Our brain non-consciously tags everything we come across, all day, every day, as either safe or threatening, as friend or foe. That includes faces, words, visuals, and sounds. We sense immediately if we've walked into a group that is welcoming or not, and that can very quickly give us an uneasy feeling. Sometimes we do this tagging consciously too. When I'm walking through a parking lot at night and hear footsteps behind me, I look to see who it is and quickly decide if I feel safe enough to keep walking to my car or whether I need to start running to safety. Our need for empathy with others and feeling connected to a group drives the way we interact at work and at home. So why is that? Well, our brain is wired to pay close attention to whether we feel trust and support from those around us, because our ancestors' survival depended on their ability to fit in and cooperate in their tribe. In fact, 5 out of 7 processes in our brains are focused on our interactions with others. And to this day, in our modern environment, we all still need, to some degree, to feel part of a community or social group. Babies left without human contact, despite being fed and clothed, fail to thrive and may even die. The incredible success of Facebook is testament to our desire to feel connected with others. Think about what it would feel like to be unfriended on Facebook, or worse yet, in real life. Our brain's need for empathy and belonging also shows up in the devastating impact of bullying and social isolation. Rejection from our social group has been shown by scientists to activate the pain circuitry in our brains, increasing the likelihood of depression and shorter lifespans. As neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman says, our brain knows no difference between a broken leg and a broken heart. And as you know, pain of any kind makes it almost impossible to think creatively and be productive. The pain of feeling rejection or relationship breakdown is bad for our prefrontal cortex, and so it's bad for business. Have you noticed the most successful of us read and understand the motivations of others well and can even predict others' behaviors? Our success in life and work today is still largely influenced by our ability to get along with, influence, and cooperate with others. So why is our ability to connect and empathize with others so critical to success? Well, if our brain has tagged someone as friend, then we actually process our interactions with them using the same part of the brain that processes our own thoughts. How cool is that? But if we've tagged them as foe, we process our interactions with them in a completely different part of our brain. So if our brain has tagged someone as friend, we'll be more willing to seek out their input, share information, and collaborate with them. We'll be more open to their ideas, even if those ideas are completely different than our own. That's why the often overlooked, sometimes considered corny, team-building exercises that aim to build common ground and trust are really vital to a team's ability to collaborate and ultimately be high-performing. We all know how difficult it is to get work done in workplace cultures that are siloed or have an us and them mentality. Being excluded or having to work in a really competitive environment leaves us feeling threatened. We become reactive, hunker down, and look after our own interests first. Even being left off an email string or forgotten from a meeting invite leaves a lasting sting. Taking care of our brain's need for empathy can have a positive spillover effect on our other safety needs too. When we connect with the people around us, even through a simple handshake, sharing a meal together, or a quick chat about the weather, our brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Studies show far greater collaboration when oxytocin levels are raised. Building at least some level of relationship with others is the easiest and quickest way to creating an environment that helps everyone's brains do their best thinking. And I bet you do some of these things already. If you have honest interactions with others and listen and are open to the ideas, you're off to a great start. Do you focus on actively collaborating and finding common ground, even with those people you don't know well? Sharing your interests in sports or your hobbies can be an easy in. We feel good when others express an interest in us. Asking people how their weekend or vacation went and sharing some of your own stories is great at building empathy. And camaraderie and positive humor can also be useful foundations for building empathy and strong personal trust. Both are key ingredients to individual and organizational success.